can see, the weather is amazing. Considering we're nearly in October, heading way back up to Fradley to hopefully fill up with water and then hit the locks single-handed, first time, so let's see how that goes. Here's another one. Now, somebody explained to me why you always meet another boat either on a blind bend or at a bridge or as you're passing mooring boats. It beggars belief that every single time, there they are, they just appear from nowhere. Or is it just me? Unlucky. And here's a typical example of what I was just saying. You go for long enough, no boats. You come to a moored boat and you have another boat coming towards you. Always. Don't you just love it when you come to the water point and there's a boat moored on the water point and not getting water? As you probably all know, this is pretty new to me, this YouTube live, and I admit I'm not very good at it. So my big dilemma is, right, I love narrowboats, contemplating selling up, sell the house, even sell the business and buy a brand new narrowboat and live aboard. What do you think? Am I being mad or should I do it? Anyway guys, give me some comments below, please like, subscribe and let me know what I'm doing wrong. Like I said, new to this and I know I'm not very good at it, and I never know where I'm looking. Am I looking at the camera or am I looking at my picture? Cheers guys, let me know. Well, I am now coming up to my first solo lock. To say I'm a bit apprehensive is a bit of an understatement, but fingers crossed all goes well. I'll let you know. Wish me luck guys, cheers! Well, that's it guys, first one done. I have to admit that somebody came just as I was in the lock and closed the top gates for me as I left. But I tied up, emptied the lock, opened the gates, drove in, climbed up the ladder, shut the back gates, bottom gates, filled the lock, and I would say 90% did it myself, which I'm quite chuffed about for first attempt. Not easy, but I'm sure I'll get used to it. Morning. We're just coming up to Salt Bridge. Beautiful brickwork on this bridge, but only on one side. No idea why. When I go through, I'll show you both sides of the bridge. But this side that's facing me now is just beautiful. And here's a prime example of as you're going through a bridge, here comes a boat. Well, I don't know if you can see, but the bridge behind me, but that's it from the other side. And there's proof that every time you're at a bridge, another boat comes towards you. So somebody once asked me, what is it about narrowboats and me? I don't really know. When I was 4 years old, my parents took us on holiday on a narrowboat. My mum had always said to my dad that she would never go on a boat. Anyway, they were out one day and they saw some narrowboats, and Mum said, I could go on one of those because I can get on at the front and I can walk through and I can get off. So straight away my dad was like, right, I'm booking this holiday. So we booked a holiday for a week on a hire boat. There was myself, my brother, my sister and my parents and my nana. And apparently my parents paid £100 to hire the boat for a week. £100 these days? Nothing. Back then, hell of a lot of money. Anyway, we all absolutely loved it. So straight away my dad booked for the following year for 2 weeks and off we went again. A few years later, went again. And finally, probably about 20 years ago I think, my parents bought a share in a narrowboat. A company called Ownerships. They had a share in a boat called Inglewood. Very, very identical to Cheddington. They had it for about 8 years and then they sold those share, thankfully, just after Ownerships. I don't really know what happened, but there was a bit of a hoo-ha with the company, and thankfully my parents had sold the share and got their money out. It's always been a bit of an itch of mine that I needed to scratch, that just narrowboating and me just seem to go together. I'm just attracted to the water, I think. I did 12 and a half years working on North Sea ferries, which was mud hopping we used to call it, from Hull to Rotterdam. But anyway, I left that company and set up my own catering company. I've got a cafe. Three-ish years ago, my sister bought a share in Cheddington, and I've been on with her a few times. Obviously with COVID last year, she couldn't come, and she couldn't come at the beginning of this year. So she said to me, do you want to take Cheddington out for the week? So I did. My first time sort of by myself in charge, and I loved it. Another share came up for sale in Cheddington, which I've just bought. My sister has now bought another share in Cheddington, so between us, we own 3 shares out of the 12 in Cheddington. Like I said earlier, I really, really want my own boat. I know people say, oh, it's not all, somebody said it's not all gin and tonics on the well deck, and no, I know that, I'm not stupid. I know there are issues, but aren't there issues with all life? I'm just a bit fed up with the rat race at the minute, and I think COVID maybe brought it all to a bit of a head. So, I don't know, we'll see what happens, but I'm heading now back to the Aston Marina, where I'll do pump out, and then my mum's with me at the moment, so I've got to take her home, and then I change crew and I come back on Saturday for another week with a change of crew. So there might be more to come. Cheers guys, bye.